Welcome everyone to our Two Posh podcast. I am Gabrielle and I'm here with my daughter Marcella.
Hello.
And our co-host of the week, Miss Polly.
Hello.
That we usually do penis and pussy talk with. And DJ Spider.
Hello.
And our two amazing guests, Miss Sivan.
Love y'all back.
And Jen.
Hi.
Our registered nurse injectors. Also, what do you
I
call
was
it?
an ER nurse and Jen was an ICU nurse.
And you are working at
A plastic surgery center, Lemon Avenue Plastic Surgery Center.
And I wanted to go a little bit over what you guys do to make people beautiful. I know you have some of the Dallas Housewives as your clients.
I do.
And you have a lot of just beautiful women
Everyone
all
in
over.
Dallas.
Yeah. And
Everyone's faces are a walking billboard.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
mine. They're my faces. I'm just kidding.
So I have a question, and I know some people ask that question. Like the lips are a big thing in the United States, and in Europe it's not that big of a thing. Like
I
should
totally
be. I'm just
disagree.
kidding.
I think that Julie Horn in Europe, she's amazing at lips. She's actually going to be on a tour with
Who is
Galderma. Oh, she's
She's a nurse.
She's a nurse.
she's a nurse, so an injector.
Yes, a nurse injector, and she does some amazing lips. She works with Galderma, and she's one of their trainers. She's going to do a U.S. tour of one of their new products, and she's amazing.
I'm just thinking the big lips, like
Yeah.
you don't.
She does some pretty nice lips.
But I'm saying
I love big lips and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Yeah, no, seriously, I love big lips.
no. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying it's more a United States thing. Still, the big
I can
lips.
see that.
Like if you watch Miss Universe, you don't see the big lips.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That in the other countries is not so big. When you do the Angelina Jolie lips, that's the biggest, right?
Right, but let's be a little bit clear here. So when you see someone like you said, Miss America or Miss whoever, you're probably seeing that person at healed phase. When people
And that's what I was about to ask
when
you.
people go to my Instagram, they see before and immediately after, and immediately after post injections,
Is not healed.
there's
Right.
50% more
Inflammation.
size than really is there because of inflammation. Like, it's not magic, guys. I can't like just point a wand and give you lips. Like, I have to stick a needle into your tissue, which is gonna cause an inflammation process. And people are like, why don't you post pictures like healed? And I'm like, because like, is that person gonna come back to me in 2 weeks? They're gonna be like, no, I'm gonna go on with my sexy ass lip self, and then I'll come back to Sivan in 8 months when they're already shrink.
I got brunch plans. I'm not coming back.
Yeah,
So what size are your lips, Sivan?
Jolie times 10.
Really?
I can't even tell you how many times I've had my lips done. And for
yours
those
are
of you
beautiful,
listening
that's why.
right now, if you were to see me and not know I'm a cosmetic nurse, you'd probably think I just have naturally nice lips.
It
Yeah,
totally
they're
looks
beautiful.
like they are natural.
Yeah.
Does not look like. What about you, Jen? What are yours?
Oh, she's done my lips quite a few times, and I've had my lips done prior to her, so I know kind of the difference between what she does and what other nurses have done for me. But
You're Jolie times like 5.
like 5. I mean, it took a long time to get them
Well, I
this
saw-
size and shape.
I saw you go on a rant not too long ago with the lips. So what is like the biggest
Most annoying thing
yes,
ever.
Yes, I want
So
you to.
I'm gonna just say right from me when I look at people, like I look at you and I'm thinking those are your lips. If I didn't know, I'm thinking you have beautiful lips. The lips where it's like up here,
You're the
that
Cupid's
is
bow.
so ugly. No,
Oh,
the
you're talking-
filler is
Oh,
like
the
a
filler.
So
It's
when
The
the
Marge
terrible.
Simpson
So
lip.
for you,
God.
for you guys that are listening and trying to like see this in your mind,
think Marge
she's
Simpson.
thinking Marge Simpson lips, or where the filler goes. Where if you were to have a mustache and you were a guy, that's where the filler would go, and that's not cute. Like the filler needs to be inside the lips. You don't need to have a thick upper lip.
So why do people do that? Like
It's
what?
bad technique.
It's bad technique.
100% bad technique.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I want her to go on her rant because I think it's important.
Go ahead.
Like, because I would assume too, and my question is like, if somebody, like everybody's lip shape is probably different, so
Right.
they can't all do what. Like, is it kind of like a hairdresser? Like they show you a picture and they're like,
In a
I
sense,
actually don't.
in a
I
sense.
actually really don't mind pictures.
You don't?
I know hairdressers or whoever get annoyed, like, well, you don't look like Selma Barbie or whatever. I don't really get that way because, yes, please show me pictures.
what you want.
I love that. And you want to know why? Because I want to know what you think is full and luscious and plump versus what I think is full and luscious and plump. That doesn't mean I'm going to like replicate exactly that picture.
In one treatment. And there's an aspect to hairdressing that applies to us. Like, you can't go from black Sivan hair to blonde. Your hair in one treatment. And the same with lips. You have to build them out. You have to expand the tissue in order to do it safely, in order to preserve the structure of the lips, make them look pretty and not like sausage lips.
Ugh.
So don't
sausage
jump
lips
the gun.
are no. You need to have a Cupid's bow. You need to have an outline of a lip. Like if you just have a freaking rainbow, you got your lips. He's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Like, bish, you got your lips done. And
I like to eat sausage, not make out with it.
And I don't, I don't want like the goal that I go for is, wow, that chick is like really pretty and her lips look kind of luscious. Like,
and I don't really know, but
like,
they look great.
They look great. I'm not like sausage lips. Like, I don't want that. So the rant that you're talking about, like what annoys the hell out of me is like, here's my acting skill, guys. One more time. So I've really been wanting to get my lips done for like a really long time. By the way, people that can't see me, imagine someone with zero lips, like literally like a line, like paper thin. And like, here's a picture of Kylie and here's a picture of all these people, but I don't want to look full. I don't want to look over. I don't want to look overdone. Can we do a half syringe or half of a half of a half? No. Like, no, that's not going to get you anything. Because you know what that's going to get you? 4 days in, oh my God, I look great. This is awesome.
Because I poked you.
Because I poked you and you're swollen. And 2 weeks later, it's like, where are my lips? I actually had this recently. Some women like chose the most natural lip, mini lip, which is 75% of a syringe for everyone to know this.
It takes 10 syringes to fill up a ketchup packet. Let's put that in perspective.
Let's put it in perspective. 10 syringes equal 1 little ketchup packet from McDonald's to go.
Granted, we would never put 10 syringes in your lips, but that's how big it is.
Right. Well, you do sometimes on your Instagram, you do the spoons.
Yeah, where you can see it. So she's like, I just thought I would get way more lip for this. And I'm like, honey, you had bird lips to start with, number one. And you chose 75% of a syringe. You've never had your lips done. So what did you get? 20% more lip. You want more? You got to get another syringe. People always have this like concept in their mind that when I say one syringe, I'm going to come out with a machine gun full of filler. like I'm not. I am like, this is a drop in the freaking bucket. You want fuller lips? You want Angelina Jolie lips? Which, if you guys look at Angelina Jolie,
she doesn't
look like a blow. I don't think she does. I think
she looks great.
Well, I think that's when it started. Was her really?
Yes, because she has those lips that you just even girls want to nibble on. Let's be honest. I just want to kiss her lips.
Yeah. And a really huge misconception, and I really have to say this because I come into this every single day. You don't need to be 20 or 25 or 28 or even 30 to be able to have like fuller lips.
You can be older.
You can be 40 and 50
and
70 and you can have fuller lips. Like, I have a lot of women's like, well, I'm just so old, I can't have lips. I'm like,
in my age demographic, I can't have these lips.
So I was
my
just going to ask you about that in general. What happens, because I hear you often saying, start young because it's preventative.
Right.
Now
that's more with Botox.
I know, but Botox and whatever. So now take people where this wasn't a thing.
Right.
And so you have people sometimes that never started anything and they're now in their 60s, say, whatever, late 60s. They've never done anything.
Can I kind of interject in that? It really was always a thing. Injectables have been out there for a long time, but it was so damn taboo. Like, you were crucified if you admitted that you had Botox.
Yeah.
And that's what I like really... There's a lot of things I don't praise the millennials for, but one thing I do is that they're so transparent. They're like, yeah, I got my lips done. Let me tell all my 45 girlfriends, like, I got my lips done and I got it done by this person.
I well remember one of the newscasters, this is back in 90, she was an anchor with Channel 4. She went away for a vacation.
Oh, yeah. Those vacations are the best.
And she came, because she was getting a little bit older, a little long in the tooth. And
I love that. I love your son.
She was, you know. And so she comes back, and all of a sudden, her lips were like 3 or 4 times the size they normally
like Lisa
had
Rinna,
been.
remember?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
She's a bad example, guys.
Very bad.
I know, but she had the implants. Right?
Yeah, she had the implants.
Don't get implants. Just get Juvederm.
Yeah. But
it's better to be able to
everybody made
tweak
a
it.
big, huge deal about it because she came on before she was fully healed. And
it takes 4 weeks to be fully healed for everyone out there that's listening.
Yeah, and she was only
injections
from lip inject. Well, actually, really any injections. It's anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So if you get your lips done, like I don't want to hear your complaints, and I'm not doing a touch up until 4 weeks have passed. I'm just putting it out there.
But she came back, and literally her response to all of the buzz that came in and buzz was that she had got bitten or stung by a bee.
Oh, that's so terrible.
So should I call myself the bee queen?
Oh, yeah.
You are. Yes, you're the bees.
The bee's knees.
You said it was always there and it was taboo. Whichever it was, I never knew about it.
I think it still is taboo.
It kind of, I mean, it just depends on the age demographic.
We've really tried to.
So we were explaining this to one of my clients yesterday. I have this one client, and I gave her the most beautiful transformation, and she's in her 40s, and she won't tell a soul. She is that girl, and I told her, I'm like, you're really being shitty. Like, yeah. I've called her out on it. I'm like, you are kind of being shitty. You're like going on Instagram and posting about your new cream you're promoting. Like, girl,
that's not right.
Like, we know that cream didn't create you a jawline. like we know that's not what it is. But she's like, I can't, like this and this and that.
That's the taboo we're talking about.
Like, right. I just can't put it out there. I'm like, give me a break, okay? Like, the cream didn't give you like higher cheekbones and non-saggy skin and like a nice jawline and a little fuller. Why is it so taboo? Like, share. Tell people, like, there's someone that's at home that's feeling super self-cautious, thinking that she was born ugly and that you're just
and there's no hope.
And this cream is not going to help her.
And there's no hope.
But there is.
Let me tell you, she ain't born with it. Like, she ain't born with it. It's like in the syringe. Like, everyone could have a little bit of a tune-up. It is okay.
It's and like God didn't give me eyelashes, but Ardell sure did.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And every time I see her, she's like, oh, God, so blah, 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 asked me if I came to you. They literally said, did you go to Lips by Sivan? And I'm like, and what did you say? And she's like, I mean, I couldn't. I'm like, stop.
Okay, that's not right, though.
Yeah. I'm like, girl.
Exactly. I mean, there's one thing about being all over social media, but when
somebody asks you,
and it was like a family member to this person.
No.
I was like, you remind me of the girl that when you try on dresses and you try on one that's really hot, they're like, I don't think that looks good on you. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That ain't a friend. Like, just share. Yes. We all get Botox. Like, nobody wants to. This is the thing. We were all born a certain way. We were all born young. We saw ourselves young. And my mom told me something, and this has always stuck with me. And she goes, Sivan, a woman, this is completely different than men, a woman dies twice. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, she dies when she gets old, and she dies when she really dies. Because when you look in the mirror and you really start seeing your wrinkles and you start seeing your face change, you die at that moment. And I'm like,
your heart hurts. Trust me. It does. Because I'm going through that right now.
She's like, I was like, Mom, that's horrible. That is so terrible. She goes, no, it's a real thing. Like, when you grow up and you're used to seeing yourself beautiful and youthful, and when you walk in a room, you feel like you own it and you're confident, and then you hit a certain age and things start going south and you're not looking at yourself, like, you feel invisible and you feel like a part of you dies. And
it's true. I mean, that's amazing. And then I have my mom. That's why I asked you that question too, because she thinks she can't do anything anymore because she missed it. Like she
thinks
lives
she's too
in
old.
Austria, and it wasn't a thing there at all. So now she thinks no one can help her.
Well, it might not be that easy of a thing, but there are
yeah.
always solutions. There's always something that
it's
can
never
help.
too late. But back to what you were saying, Gabrielle, about like starting young. Yeah, starting young is gonna make it more easier on you. It's and the way I explain it is this: give me a piece of paper and fold it into half.
That's a good explanation.
I can take that piece of paper and really iron it out, and at some point there will not be a single crinkle. You take that piece of paper and you crumble it into the smallest little ball ever, and then you give it to me and you're like, pull this out and fix it. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to do Botox, filler, laser, skin pen, this and this and this to make it smooth. So yeah, the first piece of paper is the 25, 26-year-old. You definitely can, but it takes so much more work and so much more money versus the younger girl and unfortunately it goes back to what you're saying, Gabrielle. It's all about education.
Right.
Our culture, the millennials or whatever you want to call it, they are more transparent. So they know like, hey, if I start seeing lines in my makeup, even if it's like a smallest tiny little line,
there's something I can do.
There's time to get Botox. I don't need to wait until I look like a Shar-Pei to like get Botox.
Because but that's why you're here, and that's why we're telling everyone. I think it's super important.
And I have girls that come into me and they're like, I mean, I'm telling you, I've had girls I've seen they're 24 and they're like, I'm too young. And I'm like, really, honey? Because you're very expressive and you have lines like a 35-year-old. And I'm like, so it's time for Botox. Or you can come to me at 35 and your lines will be like a 45-year-old. So it's going to take even more work. So yes, being preventative about it is going to give you way more of a leg up than anyone else. But at the same time, it's never too late. Just those people that start later on, it's going to take so much more other treatments. It's like Botox, laser, filler,
but I think
plastic
just
surgery.
Knowing that it is out there,
it's
and
out
that you
there,
can
it's
have
available,
is important.
It's never too late.
And you're not going to look like Joan Rivers.
And I think that a lot of people have
That's
that
scary.
misconception, especially men, because they're like,
Don't,
oh my God, you're going to look like a crazy cat lady.
I love you the way you are. Oh my gosh.
I love you the way you are. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah,
You're not going to love it if I'm
I
like
love you the
wrinkled.
way you're all natural, even though all the girls I like on Instagram are like 100% fake. Like,
Yeah, like I love you
until
the
it
way you
falls
break that
are.
concept.
I will never forget. One of my boyfriends, and I'm sure if he ever listens to this, he knows this. He's like, I like natural. Why do you want all that shit? One time we went on a break and he started dating this girl, and I was like, this bitch. I'm like, I pulled up her picture and you know, I did major recon work and I found like a picture from that girl from like, I don't know, circa 1999 or whatever. And I'm like, this is hair extension, nose job, lips done, I went down the line. I'm like, I mean, I'm not hating. You do you, boo-boo. You look freaking great. But don't tell me this is all natural, okay?
Right.
Like, we all can use a little bit of help. So don't tell me you want all natural when this is the girl that you like all the time.
And hello, don't tell me you want all natural when the forest grows and you're like, what the hell?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
When what grows?
The forest.
What vagina?
I'm talking about
The vagina.
grooming.
Oh, I was like,
I feel like women should be like very silky smooth. It's more hygienic. Get that laser hair removal. Nobody needs hair down there.
No.
They
need
have wax and all that other fun stuff too.
Yeah.
So hey, it's not necessary.
But if you add wax up, it equals out to laser hair removal.
Oh, yeah. Over time.
It's the best thing ever. My kitty is bald.
I'm just gonna say groomed.
Meow.
hey, how do you deal with haters? Because I know you have them.
Oh, the troll conversation.
Oh,
Here we
troll
go.
patrol. So to be honest with you, I am
It's been a struggle.
blissfully very, very, very busy, and I don't even catch it. A lot of the time, Jen's the one who catches it because she.
And we really don't have a lot of haters. Like,
No.
we go in like waves.
in waves. And it's not necessarily true haters. It's like marketing haters.
It's like I think now it's
Bots?
like bots.
Really?
Oh, yeah. or competitors, or like someone who's like, why didn't you do this?
Back in the day, I used to get really pissed off, and it would like dragon mode again with the fire, breath, everything. And I'm like, I don't have time for you.
But we've learned from like our like companions, our coworkers, like people who are in this industry with us, who are like at our level, and they're like troll patrolling for us, and they really teach us to like just let it go. You're going to have haters.
Botox Josh says, call them out. and that's how I feel. Like, we actually had a troll recently that was like, I would never go into a med spa or a plastic surgery ever again. By the way, guys, if y'all want filler, just go to foxyfiller.com, buy your filler, and then go convince a nurse to inject you. I'm like,
wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hold on, bitch, please. No nurse with an actual license by the state would take filler that you bought and just inject it into you for free.
God.
For free.
No, that's terrible.
Well, that's like the girl you posted who
went to the ER.
Oh my God,
can I tell you?
Can you please pull that picture up because we can show it on?
Can I tell you
YouTube?
the true story about that? I will.
Yes.
Will you pull that up, Jen?
I'll pull it up.
So this poor
beautiful girl,
I
buddy.
love her, but she's
beautiful.
She's
girl.
a prime example of someone that would take advantage of because she was young. I think she was not even 21 at the time, and she's like, "Well, you know, my lash girl who's been doing my lashes forever said that she could do fillers, and she could do it for like $200, and it was just like Juvederm." So she was ordering stuff from like China. Number one, that's why she could do it for you for $200 because she ordered it for like. $99. Yeah, they're looking at the pictures and they're like scared.
So I don't know. Can you see?
Like, that is just so scary.
Oh my God, I would die.
I would literally just. I would.
Put
oh my
it to
God.
the camera.
So this girl, like, I'm not gonna knock her work, and I will never say her name. She is brilliant with lashes, and I'm sure her head got a little big. Probably she's like,
I could do this too.
I'm the bee's knees. I do the best lashes in the world. Why can't I make girls' lips bigger? Like, you can just order the stuff from China and you just stick it in someone's lips. Basically, that's what she did. So she charged. So she charged my client $200 to do it because the filler that she bought from China was like $80 or whatever. I don't even know what the hell it was. Injects her. Her lips had such a bad reaction that she had to go to the ER.
What does the ER? But what does the ER do for that?
They prednisone, like whatever they can.
There was one specific medication product that they use, and I can't remember the name. She told me about it, and it's such an aggressive product, and it like basically eats up. It's like Hylenex times 45,000, which by the way, that's gonna eat your natural collagen, your natural lip.
It's not a fun experience.
It's not.
I could attest to that.
Fun.
So it's like, oh great, yeah, you got your lips done for $200, but you also spent $7,000 going to the ER.
Wow.
So it's like,
but you have. I mean, then you do her lips and they look beautiful.
Yeah, no. But I had to share her experience because I think that people, like young girls or whoever, I think they just don't understand.
Right.
And if
the gravity behind it.
And if you truly see things promoted all the time as lips for $300, people think that that's really what it costs. But let me tell you guys, that's not what it costs. Like, that's not even what it costs for me to buy the actual filler. Like, if you buy FDA approved filler that is safe and actually does its job, it's not $300. It's not $300 for me to buy to put in your face. So all these people marketing $300 lips, like, there's two things that are either happening. You're either getting your shit from China,
or you're getting a quarter of a syringe.
Or they're taking one syringe and splitting it between 4 people.
And they're poking you, and you get swelling, and then it's gone in 2 months.
There's actually a specific company in Dallas that does this. I will never say names, but they're like known for this. And I fixed like 150 of their lips.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Shh, I won't let y'all in on the secret.
Yeah. Wow, that is really crazy. Now tell us and be honest, how bad does it hurt?
To get it dissolved?
All of it. Like, how bad does Botox hurt? How bad does
getting
your lips done
Botox
hurt?
doesn't hurt at all. And I know you know this, Gabrielle and Marcella too. It doesn't really hurt. It's just like a little prick for 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. Like, it doesn't really hurt.
No.
Lips hurt. I'm not going to lie. Like,
yes, it hurt.
Lips are very vascular. There's a lot of nerves there. Like, it's going to hurt. But there's topical numbing cream, and there's lidocaine in the actual filler. So as I'm injecting you, it's going to get more comfortable. Out of all the injections, lips hurt the most. So if you can do lips, you can do anything in the face.
When we heard that getting it dissolved
Burns.
hurts like worse than childbirth.
It does.
I just experienced this. So
you did?
Sivan has cut me off from nose filler. I've always wanted a
Cut me
nose.
off from nose filler.
I have. I'm like, bitch, you're getting rhinoplasty.
So I've wanted a nose job for a while.
What's wrong with your nose?
It's just a little big.
Big.
It's a little like unproportionate to my face. There's a hump. It's
you
not
guys
straight.
can't see it that much now because I've been injecting her nose for about 3 years now. So she even has scar tissue to make her nose look better.
And she's harmonized my nose by filling my chin. So she dissolved it the other day because I'm going to get rhinoplasty with Dr. Duber. Yeah,
I forced her to get her.
My God, it was the worst experience of my life.
So I don't know what it feels like, but from all my clients say that have had their lips dissolve or anything that dissolves, they say that it feels like fire burning.
Yes, that's about right.
So everyone needs to really pay attention where they go and what they had injected.
And honestly, Gabrielle, I try to avoid dissolving. Like, it's my last like resort.
She'll work over
if
work.
you have like semi crappy work and I can work over it, I'm like, let's just work over it.
Is it more expensive?
It's more expensive and it's painful and it swells. It takes more time. Like you don't come in and you get great lips from Sivan if she has to work over it.
Yeah.
If you have a mustache of filler, I'm like, I can't work over that. Like, your upper lip is so thick, it looks like a hard-on. We gotta dissolve that. I mean, that's serious.
So what treatment do you recommend the most that is the most youthful? Like, if someone just wants to see you and like doesn't have a whole lot of money, what would you say the absolute least expensive that gives them some youthful look? What is that?
So that's a very hard question. And the reason it's hard is because the way I inject and the way I train Jen to inject is I don't have cookie cutter type of injections. I don't do one fits all. It depends on the person's face.
Always the person.
It's really the person.
So they need to come and get
and here's the
consultation.
Thing. Exactly. And here's the thing. I understand injections are really expensive. It literally is like gold because the actual product is like gold. That's why it's expensive. So I say this, like, I get it. We can't do, Rome wasn't built overnight. So let's do this. Like, you tell me what area bothers you the most when you look in the mirror, and let's work on that area. And then let's book you in 3 months to give you some time to save money. And then we'll work on the second area. And then 3 months later, let's work on the third area. And before you know it, and 8 months later, the person's like, oh my God, I feel like a new person. And so those are the slow transformations, because not everyone can like come in and do their whole freaking face over like one day.
Right. What's that thing you see? I think the Kardashian doctor or whatever does like the diamond or what is that? Do you
scam?
It is. I was curious.
What is it?
It's called the diamond.
Oh, the diamond shaped. I know what you're talking about, like the upside down triangle.
Yeah, they do the upside down triangle, and he marks.
It's like basically the heart-shaped face.
So let me tell you about Instagram and some doctors. So some of them like to bust out their rulers and their white pen and do all these drawings to make themselves look,
like they're doing
artsy fartsy. But come on, we all do the same thing. We might not mark it and make a video of it,
but it's all the same.
It's all. If you're a good injector, you know exactly
what you're doing.
Now, you also, what did you get? The top 50 or top 100?
Top 100.
Top 100 best injectors in the whole entire USA, right?
Yes, thank you.
I mean, that's incredible.
Thank you.
That is unbelievable.
I know. I didn't believe that. Jen was the one who sent me that. I'm like, okay. Thanks.
I mean, but
I love that you're so humble about it too. Like you said something.
I mean, I told Jen, I'm like, who judges that? Like, I'm not trying to like be overly humble. I'm like,
I have no idea, but I don't care who judges that to be on the top 100.
You're still nominated and still
USA
voted as top 100.
Honestly, and this is the truth, I didn't really even pay attention to that. I'm like, who really judges that?
Well, it's
like, I'll judge that if
Well, I was going to say,
but thank you.
Your clients are going to be looking at that.
Yeah.
Your potential clients.
Really,
are
what I care about is like what my clients, how they see me, and I'm not talking about new ones. I'm talking about the reoccurring ones,
or even new ones who, like, however they see you walking out of your office is what matters to you.
Mm-hmm. But that's always been my number one thing. Like, I just have always, the way I've gone through the cosmetic side of thing is like, if this were Jen, my best friend, what would I tell her? This were this, I just treat everyone like they're my girlfriend. And what would I suggest for them at the time? And I try to work with people within their budgets. Like, I get it, like injections are expensive, but I do think that every single person can get them, no matter what their budget is. Like, it just might be a slower like transition.
It's just really what it is. It's no different than getting your hair done,
nails done.
It's getting your nails done. It's just upkeep that is added in this day in life and this day and age, and you just know that you have to get it done, just like you do your nails.
So to kind of answer the question you asked me before, like, what do you think like would work on everyone or everyone? So what I think everyone absolutely needs is Botox. Mm-hmm. Because we all make facial expressions, right? Or we all make the angry face. We all make the surprise face. We all make the squinty eye face. And those facial expressions is what creates wrinkles. Because by constantly making that expressions, we're breaking down collagen, which creates wrinkles. So why not prevent that? And when people are like, but I want to still be able to make faces, and I'm like, why do you want to look angry? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, why do you want to look overly surprised? I'm like, I guess you're right.
Why do you want to look overly surprised?
And I'm like, why do you want to have the squinty eye? And they're like, I'm like, what is your favorite face you make? They're like, at rest. I'm like, there you go. That's what Botox does. You're constantly at rest.
Well, and it's not, you don't put Botox in people's mouth. Correct?
Well,
you can.
Oh. Can they smile still?
Yeah. Yes.
They can, yeah. Unless you overly put it in there.
What do you say to people that say, but it's poison? You're putting poison in.
There's poison in plastic and the drinks that you drink, Starbucks coffee. There's poison in makeup and the preservatives. Like the list.
I mean, poison is a very relative term. I think poison is such a term that like it's kind of reactionary.
I think that's where the taboo part comes in still, is that people are like, I am not going to put
it's toxic
and poison. And
well, how did penicillin come about?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm sure the bleach that I'm smelling when I get my hair done.
She said mold. Penicillin came from mold.
Really?
And how many people has it helped? You know how they came, do you know how many?
I did not know that.
You know how many? You know what Botox came from?
No.
Botulism for little kids that had those muscle contractions that they weren't able to control.
And it's used for
they would put
migraines too.
Exactly, and they would put thousands of units. And you know how many units they put in someone that needs Botox for their forehead wrinkles? Anywhere from like 20 to 60 units.
And that's what is brilliant about the human race and science and advancements in science is we can take things that were considered quote unquote poisons and use them for advantage.
Like penicillin?
Use them as tools. That's what we've always been known for is our use of tools. And so we use it to our advantage. Why shouldn't we do that with Botox?
Very true. The fountain of youth.
Mm-hmm. It is the fountain of youth.
Now tell us a little bit. You are off where you guys work at the
Duber's office.
Office. What services do they give? Like you do all the injections, and then there's
titties. I'm just kidding.
Do they do that there though?
Oh yeah,
they're known for it.
They're known for that. I had a client that was like, "Well, I did want my cheeks and my chin and my blah 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 done, but I need my boobs done. What do you think I should do?" I'm like, honey, are you asking me between fillers and titties? Titties all the way.
What makes the world go round.
It makes the world go round. I mean, if you have a nice, beautiful set of tits, do you think he's looking at your fucking cheekbone?
No.
And she's like,
okay.
Wow.
All right.
It's true.
I mean, so they are known for
their boobs.
What else do they do really well?
Well, I'm going to Dr. Duber for rhinoplasty. They have an amazing laser center. Paul Kraft is an amazing laser technician, and he's been in dermatology. He's worked with plastic surgeons before, and he works magic with lasers.
And is it okay for all skin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Marcella, I really want to get you in there.
I know. I
because
keep saying that.
I know I've been working with your skin for a while, but I know that just like injectables and just like lasers, there is someone that's a magician at that trait.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of it is the person that's doing it.
Yeah,
and
always.
It's the operator.
It's the operator.
Yeah.
And I believe in Paul because you want to know why? He was a burn victim.
No way.
And like he had like 3rd-degree burns or 2nd-degree burns on one side of his face, and I don't even see it. And he was like, it was because of lasers.
He's as old as my mom, and he looks years younger.
And he was like, the
Wow.
reason I got into lasers is because it helped with my burn scars. Like people don't even know.
Wow.
So I researched it and quit my job, which was like a really good, I don't know what it was that he did, but it was, one of those safe office jobs. And he's like, and I went and became a laser technician because he's passionate about it. Yeah. Like, look, there's injectors that like, you're like, womp womp. And then there's injectors that like make a world of a difference. It's the same with laser technicians. It's all operational. It's the operator.
Yeah.
And that's why like, I'm like, go to Paul to everyone. Cause I can guarantee his type of work and I believe in him because I've seen what he's done. And, I wasn't really that big of a laser believer.
No.
Especially with the skin type that she is. Like, she's a darker person.
Like, I'm Middle Eastern, so I'm like, don't come near me with that. Like, what if you accidentally score me because I'm so pigmented? Like, I'm scared. I'm not a white girl. So people that have, like, very fair skin, they have more room for error, like Jen was saying.
True. Well, and I had been to a dermatologist, Dr. Crawford, before, and then Dr. Lamb, and everybody's telling me, well, you've olive skin tone, so we don't want to even come close to your skin. There's nothing for you. I was like,
no. Paul told me he can laser me. I'm like, no, but I'm tan. I literally said that. I'm like, no, not me. And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I'm Middle Eastern, I'm tan. And he's like, and I'm like, and it's dangerous. He's like, oh my God, you're thinking.
Well, those are all the horror stories.
He's like, you're thinking like a dinosaur. Those are dinosaur lasers. Like, it's not like that. Like, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay. And I mean, I've seen what he does, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I've been telling you forever. Since you went there, I was like, oh, I need to call. I don't ask Savannah. She's busy. I need to call.
Okay, I hate that. Can I say that's one of my biggest pet peeves?
Oh, no, I'm in trouble.
You are so in trouble. So I'm going to let you in on a little fucking story right now. My F-bombs are coming out because they're feeding me vodka with little raspberries, but whatever. let me tell y'all a little
We're in trouble.
They're in trouble. I had a client that came in the other day and her lips were slightly botched, and she's like, Savannah, you have no idea what happened to me. And I'm like, what happened? She's like, I went to somewhere because my friend from Chanel recommended this person, and I went there and he convinced me to dissolve my whole lip and then put 4 syringes in there, and I was left with like this bluish hue lips with balls all around it. I couldn't even like close my mouth. I looked crazy. It hurt. And then I had to dissolve that, went somewhere else, and now I'm here. And I'm like, how much money did you spend?
And why didn't you come to me?
And why? I was like, and why didn't you come to me?
Her dragon.
Because she goes, busy.
She's like, you're just so busy. And I'm like, and now you just spent $4,000 when you could have spent $700. And how dare you not text me?
She's offended.
No, I was so offended. I'm like, I'm offended that you put yourself through that much trauma.
I'm offended.
I was pissed. I'm like, I am never that busy. Like, yes, maybe it might take me like a couple weeks, 3 weeks to get you in, but like it is personal to me. It really is personal to me because I truly care about each individual person and I want you to get the best result. That's the biggest reason why I forced Jen to do this with me and have trained her on all my techniques, because it's like, I get it. I only have 2 hands. I can only see so many people. But if I train you like exactly what I do, which by the way, the very first set of lips that Jen ever did, I was like, holy crap, you might be better than me. Those words literally came out of my mouth. I'm like, you are better than me, because my first set of lips did not look like that. And I'm like, whoa. And then the second pair of lips, I'm like, I'm scared.
I mean, I have a good teacher.
I was blown away. Like, for her to like knock it out and make a pair of lips look exactly like mine on the first try. And let me tell you, the first person she ever did like had the most difficult lips ever. Like,
they were hard.
I did not give her easy subjects.
So good luck.
No, I mean, I was like, good luck. Like, I get it. I'm one person and I can only do as much as I can. But it is a little upsetting for me because I really do want the best for my patients. Yeah. I don't really see them as patients. I kind of see them as like friends / family. And this goes back to the personal life issue. Yeah. Where it really gets in the way because you're like, screw it. Like, what about me? Like, fuck them. Like, come home early. And I'm like, you don't get it. It's not about making money. It's about the relationship. Like, I feel, I wouldn't say the word indebted, but I feel kind of viable.
But I also feel like there's stuff you can do for people that actually you can change their life. Like, to make somebody else feel confident is something amazing.
I said that the other day. I was like, I make a difference in people's lives.
Yes, you do. Because
and it's important. It's important to me. Like, when someone says I feel so great about myself, that's important to me. Is like, you don't make a difference in people's life. Like, you need it. Like saving someone's life in the hospital. I'm like, no, honey. No. If someone feels better about themselves and they go out in the world and start living better, that's a difference to me.
That's an emotional side to that
I
as
feel
well.
like people would cry. I mean, especially for an older woman.
I've had some cries.
Yeah, and they look at themselves and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I look beautiful, and there's something to be said about
there is a very
confident.
surreal feeling in that. Like, I've had a really good handful of people that did that cried on my table, and it kind of took me back. Yeah. Because if you think about me, like, I do like close to 10 to 15 to 20 people a day, and I'm like, what? Why are you crying?
Because I've never felt that pretty before. Oh my God.
I'm like, but you are pretty. I don't understand. They're like, I can't believe it. I'm like, what?
Well, we're all our worst critics.
I'm like, of course.
I'm like, thank you.
But I think that's huge to be able to do that for people. I think it's awesome. So
it's important. It's important to be transparent and honest and loving towards your patients.
I think the other thing that's important, you have to, what you say about being successful, and you have made it. You've worked so hard. I mean, all your steps that have led up to where you are today. I mean, why would you let that go? Oh, no I mean, that is unbelievable.
And I say this again, it was never about the money for me. So Jen knows this about me very well. I have a severe attachment issue. Let's touch base on that. Once I meet a person and we have any kind of like connection, attachment, I feel forever locked into them.
Same. I'm like, nobody ever leave my life. I will hold on.
And you're like, Marcella, use an X and a mix.
I'm sorry.
And maybe that's an Aries thing. Because we're both Aries, right?
I'm Capricorn.
Okay, well, I'm Aries. And I'm like, I don't understand. And Jen's like, let go.
Can't either. I can't.
And it's just, it's so hard. And like, once I like connect with someone and I care about them, we're locked. And that bleeds over.
You too are so, I'm, as her mom, the minute I met her, I was like, okay, I'm kind of a little afraid.
It sounds strangely familiar.
She did say that. She's like, oh, God, why? She's like, you and Marcella date the same guys, the same problems.
Same stories. And I like, even now, when I look at you guys sitting here, it's weird for me because you kind of like the dark hair and the light, but you're so alike to me. It's so freaky.
The soul is the same.
Yes. It's so crazy.
Well, she's like, Jen is like my, she's calm. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the crazy one. Crazy. All over the place.
It's like that same spirit. You guys, I always say you guys need to hang out more.
I know we do. But I am thankful for Jen. Jen, I'm going to say this. I'm thankful for you. She levels me out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going traveling. I told her this morning, I'm like, I need a vacation somewhere. She's like, stop taking your bullshit out on me. I'm like, I'm not. I just want to leave. She's like, do you want some coffee or tea or something?
You're going through something extra personal. It's okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Everyone needs a Jen.
Yes,
they do.
Everyone needs
I'm just really thankful that I've met Jen, and I've told everyone this. Like, I don't think everyone's that lucky to have a best friend like that. Like,
no, they're
can
not.
I tell y'all something? When I was struggling with oh God, should I say this on the air? I'm really putting myself out there, and it's really scaring me.
Do it.
Okay,
Because it gives me fucking anxiety. It really does. I'm gonna get burned for this. I know, but
well, if later you think about it, you want us to take it out.
I'm like, cut this out. When I was really struggling with my ex of so many years, Jen's like, I'm creating you a Bumble account.
Oh God, this is gonna burn us both.
Yeah. and I didn't even know it was out there, and she was like swiping people. She's like,
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I've catfished her on Instagram. I've catfished her on Bumble.
and when I tell people the story, they're like, she really loves you.
It really does.
I'm like, oh, I really love her back too. We compliment each other, but yes, I'm very thankful for Jen. Jen's more than a best friend. She's more like a sister, and I don't think that everybody meets someone like that. That's more of like a sibling kind of relationship. And I hope everybody meets that like in their life, whether it's a partner or a best friend or whatever.
It's super special
Very
when you have
special.
that in a best friend.
Very rare.
And we work very, very well together. Even the days we're pissed off at each other.
Getting all teary.
I'm getting the bad days.
Even the bad days, like one day we were really mad at each other, and she like wouldn't say 2 words. And I'm like,
all pouty eyed and cross armed, and like, don't talk to me.
I'm like, so dinner?
Okay.
So dinner and drinks after. Okay. Yeah.
That's probably the best way to break the ice.
Yeah.
I get it. I know I can be pushy. I know I can be aggressive. And she's like, you're just so hurtful. And I was like, I'm not hurtful. I'm just transparent, okay? But get over it. Stop being so sensitive. Like, I do it because I love you. She's like, but that's not how you say things.
She's also being an Aries.
I know. We're so
Very
fiery.
much.
It's ridiculous. It's like,
And drama much?
yeah. She takes the water.
It's the fire sign.
Now, this brings me to the question of the day. Now, Spider, this question of the day actually caused a major Marcella rant. One, I almost
missed it.
I almost
And I hope he hears this too.
called you or text you because I couldn't wait. But then I thought I'll bring it up so you get to hear it live.
All right.
So how would you feel when you are dating someone
for almost 2 years?
For almost 2 years, and then that person does some shady stuff, like disappears, and you feel like that they're cheating on you, and you kind of have, like, you don't really have proof, but you kind of have proof.
Oh,
but you have the gut feeling.
But you
Have I
don't.
lived
And
this?
there's a female that you have this gut feeling about.
Yeah, and then
so like a female that's like doing this with your guy.
Oh, they're friends. Okay, they're friends.
Yeah.
So
Marcel, we're good friends, okay?
so you have this gut feeling.
you have this gut feeling. Now, in the meantime, you broke up because of the disappearing issues and whatever that you think is cheating.
I would
And
fillet them on the grill.
So some time goes by, and then you see a picture on social media of him dating that
The girl.
particular girl.
Oh.
So this is what Sivan would do.
Do I know these two people? Okay.
So this is what
You know
Sivan.
one.
This is what Sivan would tell Jen. I'm gonna take my steak knife and stick it in her motherfucking eyeballs and carve them out and eat them for dinner. And this is where Jen would be like, Sivan,
I need you to sit down.
you're like, you're a licensed professional.
And not a cannibalistic killer.
And
So calm down.
we've actually had this conversation. She's like, are you willing to risk your whole entire life for
And
these
sometimes,
two
yes.
retards? I'm going to make you a Bumble account.
Let's find someone
She's
better
like,
for
ooh,
you.
look at this guy. He looks like a Barbie doll that you would date. And I'm like, oh.
You're out there. Yeah, I was
Marcella,
irate.
Marcella, I think my body temperature would have been 200.
It was. I was actually on an airplane too, and I was texting her at the same time, and my fingers were like on fire because I was like, "You motherfucker! I fucking knew, you piece of shit, fucking cheater!"
Yeah.
All caps, and I couldn't wait. I was like, "He hasn't even opened his Snapchat yet," and it was like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom." I was like, "I fucking knew it! You're a piece of shit!" Da da da. And he's like, "I will not have you accuse me of cheating." I'm like, "This is
I
a
did not have sexual relationships with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh my gosh. I have a similar story.
Yeah.
So
You do.
I dated someone for 2 years, and I
Marcella,
felt like
you need a Jen in your life.
weird kind of way about his neighbor, who was his best friend. They're both like, he's a photographer. She's like an art major of some sort. I don't remember really.
Is this
Josh?
I knew it.
And so we break up. It's tumultuous, like disgusting and like messy. And then he moves to Colorado and somehow
With her.
she moves with him. I'm like, oh, okay, you guys are
Can
together.
this be Game of Thrones where we put her head on a stick?
I want to choke. I told her, I said, good thing he's not in front of me because I would fucking choke the fuck out of him.
Good
because
thing.
I knew. I was like, I just knew, and it makes me feel
It's
stupid.
not about them being together at the moment. It's about the fucking lies.
Yes,
before.
Oh, yeah.
It's about the shadiness. It's like I
Yes.
knew something was going on,
Yes.
and you kept making me feel like a crazy person.
But I'm righteous in my
and now you
feelings.
just made it confirm it, and now I just want to put your head on a stake.
Yes. I wish.
Well,
Molly-
what's interesting is I told my husband Patrick about it, and he is like, well, why does she care they're broken up? And I said,
Yeah. Why do you care? That is a big question.
it's not that you
that's a
care.
dude reaction.
That is such
Right.
honestly, Gabrielle. That's such a hard question. I feel like that was one of those questions or situations that I've gone to Jen before, and I'm like, I'm going to put their head on a fucking stir. she's like,
I get it though.
Because I told you
and
so
then-
over and over again. They
she's
told
like,
you
Sivan.
no.
She's like, Sivan, no, we're bigger. We're nurses. We're licensed professionals. You don't need. And I'm like, I had roll.
well, he could have moved on with anyone. Post
Right.
a picture with anyone. But
Yeah.
the fact,
Are they still together?
Oh, they're dating. I said, are you dating this girl? Yes or no? Well, I mean, we're dating, but we're free to separate. I go, all I need to know, fuck
I want
you.
to keep you
Bye.
as plan B, please.
Yeah, bye, goodbye. You're such a piece of shit. So anyway, that was my question of
That
the
was
day.
the question of the
And
day.
everybody reacted just how I thought I should have.
Yes.
Stake through the eyeballs or the head.
That's what I thought.
It was
I
a
would have
We're
been
gonna
more.
Ned Stark him.
I think I would have been more passively aggressive.
Ned Stark.
What?
Off
What would
with
you
their
do?
heads.
What would you do?
Oh, I would have put a big, huge rant about it, but I wouldn't have named names. I would have put it on social media anywhere and everywhere.
I basically kind of just did.
That happened.
But I
right
mean,
now.
you know, that's basically what I would do is just
Yeah.
call their
I
asses
mean,
out
that's
and
really
say,
hard
you know,
because, like, on one end, going on social media and ranting, you look kind of psychotic.
Right.
So you want to be the bigger person.
oh, she's hot but a psycho.
No, I hear what you're saying, like, because that's the initial reaction you want to do, like, that motherfucker.
I'm going to
But
tell everybody.
I've never been a big social media person when it
I
comes to my
haven't
personal life.
either.
But I always feel like this platform for me is the best way for me to get it out. And I never say a name. I just say like a question.
So I hope you're hearing whoever did that to her. You're a piece of shit.
Well, and that's just it. I mean,
And we'll Ned Stark your ass.
yeah.
like I
the
said, I
wolf-
may not have said their name, but I
The
would have
North
gone on a rant.
remembers. The North remembers.
Members.
Well, it was really interesting to me as a mom because I am like, someone disappears, they're cheating. Period. I don't have to see it. I don't have to have proof.
It doesn't even matter.
You don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know.
you are cheating.
Yeah.
Period. Yes, you're cheating. When you disappear and you can't be reached for a whole night, you are cheating. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's usually.
Okay.
I mean,
we're all adults here. Like,
you're cheating.
I don't know
There's
if
no
it's,
doubt.
I mean, I don't always cheating, but
Cheating.
okay. Well, the one time there was
She's like, cheater! Cheater! You're a cheater!
I'm like, okay, well, we'll just go with that. Whatever. It wasn't every time, wasn't that because I did find that person somewhere else, but
Oh yeah.
in a jail cell.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
that's the only time.
Or if you got arrested,
Yeah.
we don't hear from you 3
that's
days.
not a great alternative.
No,
No,
it's
it's not.
absolutely not. So cheating or jail. So
I
either
Or the
way,
hospital.
I
Either way,
prefer
it's wrong.
I prefer jail.
Yeah, it hurts the heart a little bit less, but
little.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you're an idiot and got arrested.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're going to call me and then ghost on me for a week.
Oh,
If your first
you just
call is
don't-
from prison, though,
you don't want to be on the opposite
No.
side of me when you
No, you
when you
see, I'll
cross
go
that.
even that next step because if you are that person that then gets arrested and then I don't want to be with you either. Like, ugh.
It's
go away.
Sophie got first overall.
You can take ghost lessons from Sivan.
I'm really good at ghost.
Oh, me too. I'm the best.
When I get hurt enough, I'm like, silent treatment?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've learned as I've gotten older that it's not the best way to handle situations. I think you can ghost someone in the right way. I think there's a right way to ghost someone, and it's kind of
there's boundaries you can set.
You just kind of say like, listen, you hurt my feelings. A, B, C, and D happened, and I just need like some time to think about it. Like, you genuinely hurt my feelings, and I don't even have words for it. I need like
no time with you anymore.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I think that's the healthy way to ghost someone per se, versus just ghosting, which is what I used to do in the past.
I'm really good at that too.
Yeah, I'm like a pro at that.
Yeah, me too. So, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time.
Thank you. I love this. This is so much fun.
This was so much fun. Tell your social media accounts so that we can have everyone.
Yes, we will. We'll send the link and everything.
We'll say it right now.
Say it out loud so that they can hear it too.
Oh, my social media account is Lips, Lips, by BYSIVAN. My name, Lips by Sivan. And Jen's social media is Lips by Jen. A lot easier than mine.
A little easier to spell.
And then give the social media for you.
Lemon.
Yes.
At Lemon Avenue Plastic Surgery. And at Dr. Mark Duber.
How do you spell that?
I'm like DRMARKDEUBER.
And spelling bee contest goes to Jenny.
Thank you, everyone.
So much fun. Thank you.
Thank you.